Hi and welcome back to the cottage. Today I want to share a glimpse of what the Christmas season looks like for us here in our minimalist home. Before I get started, I just want to ask, how are you all doing? I hope that this season has been a blessing to you so far and that you haven't gotten too stressed out or overwhelmed by all of the planning and activities and busyness that tends to come along with this season. But if that is the case, I hope that this video can be encouragement to you. I know for myself personally, when I'm feeling overwhelmed or stressed or just kind of burdened down by my own life, it helps me to take a step back and to just look at things from a different perspective. So I'm going to be giving you sharing some insight onto how we've been able to simplify Christmas here in our home and how that has allowed us to really appreciate the season a lot more and to just enjoy it a lot more as well as a family of 7. So far, at the time of filming this video, we're a third of the way through the month of December. And as we get closer, as the clock keeps ticking along, getting closer to the deadline of Christmas, if you will, we can get even more stressed out. And I want to just let you know that myself personally, the only thing that I focused on so far is just the atmosphere of our home. Now, this is something that I think is really important and we tend to do kind of instinctively without even thinking about why we're doing it. If you think about seasons, they lend the atmosphere to us from spring to summer to fall to winter. And when those changes happen, we notice that there's something coming. There's something that's going to be special happening. It kind of breathes new life into us. And so when I think about atmosphere, I think about everything that's encompassed in our home. And how can we create an atmosphere in our home around Christmas time? Now, traditionally, I would say most people do some sort of decorating, and that is a good first step when it comes to creating an atmosphere. And you can go as far as you want to go or as minimally as you want to. You'll know if you watch my videos routinely that I have a very simple decorating style, but even those small changes that we made in our home, putting up our Christmas tree, adding some pops of red, having our nativity scene set out, just those simple things really did help to create that change in our home. You sort of stop and think, oh, there's something special that's about to happen here. Going along with atmosphere, not just the physical things, but also the mood, the vibe that you have going on in your home. It tends to be this time of year that we get extra busy. There's just so many fun, neat things that we could be involved in, different Christmas programs, different, cookie decorating, cookie exchanges, gift exchanges, all sorts of parties that you could attend, ugly sweater contests, whatever. There's so many things that a person could get to. And some of those things are happy things that you would enjoy doing, and some of them are just a burden that you feel like you should be doing just because you've always done it or something like that. So when it comes to that type of thing, I have tried really hard, and my whole family has tried really hard to actually do the reverse of what this season wants us to do. So where we would be told or kind of led that we should be really busy this time of year, there's a lot of excitement and things you could be doing, we are kind of taking an opposite approach to that and trying to intentionally slow down. Now, this works out really well for us because our sons are in football, and so the season of football is very busy. We have a lot of games that we have to attend, and it's exciting. It's a lot of fun for us, but it can wear a person down. And so around the end of November, beginning of December, that season is ending. And that is a good shift for us to just intentionally say, okay, we're going to spend more time at home. We're going to spend more time together and to create that mood. So that's also creating this more calm and relaxing time of the year for our family. Now, again, I said we're at the beginning part of December. We're nearing that middle area where people can also be thinking about gift giving and the preparations for that. The preparations for who are we going to be buying for? What are they going to be wanting to receive? What are we going to have for a budget? That all can start playing in your mind. Now, we are not doing gifts this year. That's kind of the elephant in the room. If you saw the thumbnail of this video, that is the controversial part. And I want to explain why we are not giving gifts this year. Now, this will be the third year that we have not done this. We are on an every other year gift giving situation. It started back in 2019, actually, when we were building our home. We were just in the final stages of finishing things up inside the home. That laid on Craig and I's shoulders that we had to get these things done before we could close the loan. So we had tile work to do, we had flooring to do, we had cabinets that needed to be installed. There was a lot that we needed to do, and we just did not have the brain capacity, the whatever you want to call it. We didn't have the wherewithal to be able to go around and work on figuring out who's going to get gifts and how much and all that stuff. Also, building a house is expensive, and so we didn't have a lot of extra money. And so at that time in 2019, we talked to our kids. At the time, they were between the ages of 7 and I believe 14. And we just said, hey, guys, we don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of money this year. Is it okay if we forego the gifts? And they were very responsive to that. They thought that was a good idea. We promised them we would be spending the whole day of Christmas together doing fun things, and that we would take the time off from working on the house, and that we would have a great time. And they went along with it. They thought that was a good idea. And that first year, it was so much fun. We just did all sorts of fun things together, and we really enjoyed it. Now, the next year, we went back to gift giving. After the dust had all settled with the house and we were, living here and things had kind of calmed down, we went back to giving gifts. And that was fun as well. There's nothing wrong with giving gifts. Don't hear me saying that at all. We had a good time with that as well. But what we found for ourselves is that when we gave gifts that next year, we were missing out on all the other aspects that we had been able to incorporate the year before. You've probably heard of the 5 love languages. If you haven't heard of it, there's a little test you can take online to see which one you are. But essentially what it means is how you best feel that you can receive love and also give love. And the 5 love languages, I think, are gift giving, acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, and physical touch. And so where we had been able to incorporate 4 of them the year before, the year of the gifts, we were just so much focused on gifts. And I think looking back on that year after the no gift year, I think that I was a little bit overcompensating that year since we didn't give gifts the year before. I was trying to sort of subconsciously, of course, make up for the fact that we hadn't given gifts. And so I was really focused on finding the perfect gifts and maybe spending a little bit more money on them since they didn't get gifts the year before. And it really just opened my eyes to the fact that, hey, this is taking up a lot of my time. And really, I feel like that's the case for many people when it comes to Christmas. Of course, we know that, well, as Christians, if we're celebrating Christmas, we are thinking about the birth of Jesus. And the gift giving portion of it really is a symbol, kind of symbolizing how the wise men gave gifts to baby Jesus. And so it's not a bad thing at all. But when it overshadows everything else, which I think tends to be the case a lot of times this time of year, marketing would tell us that gift giving is the only love language that anybody really cares about during Christmas time. And it's just not true because we've witnessed it in our family. And so this year is a no gift Christmas year. Our kids are not sad about it. They're not going to be missing out because of it. We are going to do a lot of fun things. As we are getting closer to the approachment of celebrating, again, people will celebrate Christmas different ways. They might celebrate for an entire week. They might celebrate for a day or 2. We tend to do a little bit on Christmas Eve, but mainly Christmas Day is our day. And so what we're going to do, what that's going to look like when we don't give gifts, is that we're going to be spending the entire day together as a family and just doing a lot of fun things, really hitting on those other 4 love languages that get missed out on the years that we give gifts. Now, you might be asking, well, couldn't you just do all 5 of them, just do a little bit less gifts and do, a little bit of all 5 of them? Yes, that in theory that would work out great. That just doesn't tend to work out for us for some reason. I just really noticed the stark difference the years that we give gifts rather than the years when we don't. When there's no expectation of gifts at all, it's just a different feeling. And if you'd like to try that for yourself, I encourage you to do that because it has been a blessing in our lives. So for Christmas this year, we're going to be doing, again, the family time together. And what that looks like is, I've done it different ways in the past. I have done it where we have little strips of paper where we pull out, each person will pull out a piece of paper to see what we're going to be doing. And then we kind of go through our day, finding out what we're going to do. So we'll maybe pull out a piece of paper that says, go outside and have a snowball fight. We'll go outside and do that, come back in, pull out another piece of paper. All right, have hot chocolate and listen to Christmas music. Okay, we'll do that. And we don't know really what's coming. We have a general idea, but we don't really know the order that they're going to be coming. I've also done it where I've wrapped up little symbols of Christmas and activities that we can do together. So I'll grab a cookie cutter from the kitchen and wrap that up, and then each person will take a turn picking a gift from under the tree, unwrapping it, and that will show us what we're going to be doing next. The whole idea here is that we're doing things together, screen-free, social media is turned off, we're just really connecting together as a family. One thing I would like to incorporate this year that has sort of missed out a little bit on the other years that we've done No Gift Christmas is that words of affirmation. I was reading a book recently that talked about how at Christmas time we can, or even birthdays or anytime you receive a gift, if you receive a gift, a physical gift, you might remember who it came from or you might not. You might just remember you got it as a gift, not where it came from. But when someone gives you the gift of kind words, you remember them a lot longer. It's speaking life to you. It's really giving you that encouragement that we don't always offer up, I guess I would say. And so what I'd like to do is, for our kids, I'd like to do a sibling exchange. You know how you would do a typical gift exchange between siblings where they would draw a name and then, buy a gift for each other. I want to do the same sort of concept, but instead of buying a gift, they would then think of, 3 to 5 different things that they can say to that person that would be encouragement to them, whether that's something that they have noticed that they're doing really well, something that they like about them. Just give them encouraging words, give them kind words, words of affirmation, and really help to fill that cup, because that one I think gets lost on the wayside. And then Craig and I, of course, would make up a card or something for each of the kids to give them those words of affirmation as well. And of course, as Christians, another important aspect to our celebration is going to be attending church together as a family. We like to attend the Christmas Eve candlelight service, which the church is dark besides the glow of the candles. It is just beautiful. We sing all of the traditional Christmas hymns together and just celebrate the birth of Christ as a family of believers. It's a special time. So that is everything that we have planned for the Christmas season and our celebration. It feels very simple, very manageable and natural, and yet exciting as well. We have that anticipation of what is to come. We're very much looking forward to our celebration. If you have any questions or comments about anything that I shared today, maybe you're concerned about our kids and how they truly feel about this no gift year, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. I'd be happy to chat with you about that. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope that you'll stop by the cottage again really soon.